best, arguably best sides.
Well, we'll see what they can do here. Straight into the pistol round, as we do see a defuse kit on plat. Blood's yet to buy, but it's probably going to be armor, usually how it goes with the counter-terrorist side. Meanwhile, Rainwaker and Dennis Law on utility duty for the SKADE boys, and it looks like a straight push toward A, but not even a full-on rush. They did have a few hesitations there in the middle, but Ships opens up the round nicely.
Yeah, opening pick, SKADE. Normally, what teams tend to do is they just let go of the A-bomb site in the pistol round and then play for the retake, which is, that most of the time, honestly, does pay off, especially if you get a little bit of utility on the CT side, which Blood's had, but he's used all of his utility now. The burning OBJ towards Sandbags. Crosses back, though. Does manage to stay alive, and they haven't pushed anything just yet.
Alright, but on short, they still have two players, and there you go. As soon as I announce their presence, Ships and Duplicate do find their kills. Just gonna leave Watts in a 1 versus 5 scenario, and of course, not much he can do here. Hopefully a kill or two, but either way, SKADE, I was surprised when they threw that Molotov toward the cement bags. It's just, they flushed out the player. He was very low HP, and they still couldn't get him on the cross because no one was actually watching for it.
And now the bomb planted, and it should be an easy round for SKADE. Yeah, I mean, not much to be said there. They just got completely dumpstered on the pistol. That should, of course, get SKADE in a good position. Watts trying to make sure that he doesn't take any damage, because if he doesn't, it only costs $350 for an upgrade. However, now he will get overwhelmed and taken down. Gets 1 kill, so that's at least $300. But it will be most certainly the force up from the CT side, as we always see.
Deagles do come out indeed. No scout, though. We usually see the combo where the operator you would get the scout no armor. However, let's see if the Deagles can get it done in this one. A little bit of mid-presence, but no terrorists to really be found there, as toward B, the counter-terrorists are playing it quite aggressively. Meanwhile, on A, it looks like a little bit of a slower affair, just playing a bit more passive and holding back, and that's probably for the best. These terrorists would make short work of them up close, already ready for the short push, as there is a player there behind yellow. That's going to be Renatu Hacks. Goes out, gets some info, but quickly has to fall back, doesn't he? So, what now? Do they even call for backup, the counter-terrorists? Because this isn't a done deal yet. They don't know if the push is for real, and it looks like Dennis Law is going to make it real pretty soon.
I mean, I think most of the time you're just better off, especially in a situation like this. If you're going to go for it, you have to play for the retake, really. I think the A-bomb side is very good for CT retakes. But if you're not going to go for it, if you lose the site and lose too many players, like right now, they're just going to bail, save their weapons into the next, because they have a full eco in the next round anyway. So if you keep a couple of Deagles alive, it's great. Watts also did manage to find himself a kill, so a little bit of damage catches up a bit of money. So they could possibly consider getting a double AWP setup, for instance, in the first real gun round.
So yeah, 4 players saving. Pretty good. So they don't have to have a really bad eco.
This is, yeah, I mean, this is just same as on Dust 2. You know, you lose the B-bomb site early on, and you always see teams just sprinting the other direction. Nope, I'm not even going to attempt it.
Of course. Makes more sense. If you're going to have an eco in the next round anyways, might as well be better equipped for the job. As, yeah, the A retake was off to an okay start with a nice little Deagle kill there from Watts, but that was about everything that happened in that round in terms of killing. As we will be going into the third, SKADE should be picking this one up, and 3 players toward A right off the bat, but also the counter-terrorists with their presence. A boost coming in from the yellow wall, as Ships might get caught out here.
Well, they shouldn't make too many sounds there, because it does get checked and the spray comes through. Renato Hux, I mean, those walls on the A-bomb site are just paper mache. It's ridiculous how wall bangable everything is. Even though it's a big fat iron plate, takes a lot of damage there. Nade flying in as well. Utility and just spams coming through is doing a lot of work, and that's forcing the CTs away from the angles. No one even towards fold. And yeah, the question is, eXploit, what are they going to do? It seems they're already going to save before the bomb even gets planted.
Yeah, while the terrorists are still fake planting the bomb, waiting out to bait the utility from some potential counter-terrorists. Just, they're not even, like, going for that kind of stuff. Hiding around, waiting for the next round to start, and saving all of this armor, I suppose. That's the main thing that they're doing. It's, like, $1,000 a person to be doing that. Definitely worth it. However, they shouldn't lose that many players going forward here, but they are sort of hiding on these kinds of angles where I don't think the terrorists will be expecting them. However, even though Denislav doesn't expect OBJ to be there, he still gets the kill, but Bloods answers back.
Yeah, they do manage to keep the guns alive, the armor alive on a couple of players. So Bloods, for instance, could drop an AWP and get an M4 dropped himself. They should give OBJ that op. CT side opping. They're going to go for the double op immediately on the buy round. Okay, that is a rather ballsy move, I would say. You don't see that too often on a map like Vertigo. Of course, there are some, you can place one mid, one B, one mid, one A, one A, one B. However, I do think that this map definitely has a big threat against terrorists if terrorists play fast. The fastball, there's very many angles that you have to cover with an AWP, and you can easily get overwhelmed by utility.
And speaking of playing fast, Oxygen already died, so that's already going to be one player down for SKADE. eXploit on the front foot here, as they're just going to be waiting for some kind of attack to commence, and it looks like that attack will be once again toward the A-bomb site. No ramp presence really from the terrorists. They haven't made their way up, and no counter boosts coming in from the CTs, although there are 3 people here. That's usually the setup you go for in these kinds of scenarios, but maybe a flash retake onto ramp could be just what the doctor ordered. It seems that they're not even going for that, though. Just straight up holding the angle, waiting for the terrorists to show themselves. And there you go, that's some presence already, but they did just lose Denislav on the other side of the map. He was pushing middle as Renato hacks up close, gets the flash that I was talking about, and gets a kill, a double one actually, a triple, why not? Renato hacks, getting this A hold down completely. SKADE go down one by one.
Yeah, it starts, of course, towards the B and the mid, where they lose their 2 players on the SKADE side, and now they are actually not even that rich on the terrorist side. One more round lost, and they're in trouble. Oxygen needs to discuss. Yeah, he has to play with the Deagle as well. Not so wonderful here for SKADE on their buy. Even though they didn't lose too many players in the previous rounds, it's just not too favorable for them. It's going to be, again, that double AWP setup, but Renato finds a first. 5 HP, falls back, needs to completely sprint back to site before he gets wallbang sprayed, but look at the damage that the rest of SKADE's already sustained. Denislav down to 25, Duplicate down to 52, and they barely saw any CT so far.
Well, Danny's about to change that trend, although gets a bullet right between the eyes. Renato hacks make sure that happens, as Duplicate will be trying to answer all of this CT presence, and there you go, towards CT even gets one. The bomb nowhere near, but the counter-terrorists already falling like flies, as it's only OBJ left, AWP in hand, and he can't really even prevent the bomb plant. The best he can get is catch someone out being way too aggressive. But that's not even going to be happening. The terrorists are playing this one passively, holding on back, waiting for the delivery boy to come. As he's asking who ordered the C4 with extra pep. It was, of course, the A-bomb site that did it.
OBJ, this is kind of, I would have expected him to just go for the save the moment that he lost all his teammates, because a 1v3 from this position without any utility is rather problematic, to be fair. Maybe if he got a quick opening pick, he would have gone for it. But yeah, they we're in a 5 versus 3 situation, and all the exploit players just constantly peaked one by one, and the remaining SKADE squad just easily dealt with it, knocked him dead, and the round win for SKADE. And that forces, of course, exploit in a very unfortunate position because they will probably force behind this AWP, but it's well, they can buy a second AWP. It's just not too great to be, as a CT, forced in a position where you're going to have to get 4 subs after 4 subs. Yeah, there's that second op again.
Okay, well, the odds really favoring SKADE on this one. They had a good start, but, you know, I think the pre-match odds weren't much better, were they? So, eXploit really the underdog team here.
Yeah, kind of to be expected. I mean, SKADE beat Havu, SKADE beat ENS, and eXploit. They didn't even make it through the group stages of the other tournaments. So they've just been really struggling lately to try and get a foothold. There's going to be the execute to go towards the B bomb site. Quick rush. Platt needs to try and stay hidden. Does manage to get the frag as well, and now it's all of a sudden SKADE fumbling. They don't have any utility actually for a possible cross thrown out on the SKADE side, and it's all onto ships. Well, he is the man, the myth, the legend, and knows at least what one player is, but a 1v4 is going to be very problematic to get done from his position.
Definitely. Maybe just consider saving, but with 1 minute left on the clock, that probably isn't the best idea in the world. Still, there is the porta potties here he can just sort of chill inside of, but he doesn't fancy tolerating the smell of a public bathroom for too long, as he will be making his way toward ramp.
Either do I.
No?
If I can avoid it, I'd never.
It's always an experience at festivals, isn't it?
Oh no, I prefer to die.
Just find some woods nearby instead of that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna be a caveman rather than experience that hellhole. But it is gonna be ships taken down and the round win for eXploit. I mean, the execute looked nice. The only problem was they didn't have anything to be able to cross into the site, so the op never got really pushed out of the position, and he could just freely pop. Same thing with the rest of the CTs on site. They just never got really flushed out. A molly was thrown, and he smokes himself off, and no idea that he was even there at that point. It is going to be another round coming up. SKADE with a semi-buy, not the greatest by themselves, but it gives eXploit a chance to break that economy and try and take the lead soon enough.
Definitely an important round, as you said. Yeah, I mean, either team that wins will be breaking the economy of the other. As there is a little bit of B presence for a change, the boost coming in. Platt should spot the head out. No, he doesn't actually. The terrorist didn't show it. And now, who's gonna get that one first? There you go. Platt finds the kill. Meanwhile, of course, Renato-Hax does find 2 kills on the other side of the map. A great defense that we didn't really see, but the action toward the half wall there on stairs, brilliant.
Ooh, what's this? Bonuses, free spins, oh, free bets even.
Daily quests, say it ain't so.
I love quests.
You too can experience quests, dear viewer, by heading over to Loot.BET. Links are below the Twitch stream, and you can also use some codes. We'll be giving you those as the tournament goes on. Either way, terrorists not fancying a slow play in this one. We'll just be rushing out and actually finding kills. Duplicate finding 2 with the Glock. I mean, what can you really say about that? 3 kills going the way of SKADE on a round they didn't invest heavily into, so, or at all, really.
Yeah, not too bad.
3 kills, yeah, that's way more than you're usually expecting to get. I think you're happy with 2, to be honest, but that's a shot. Ferrari peaks very strong in this one.
Glocks, my friend. Glocks! And, well, eXploit, they did lose 3 players in that round, but they still have a pretty decent bank. Quick rush out towards the B bomb site. The flash blinds Watts completely, and Duplicate gets a duplicate. It's going to be that take of the site. They kind of need to smoke off the opper, which is OBJ. Because if you cross too far, that op finds an easy frag. But the trade comes through, and now it's going to be Oxygen with a nice, clean double headshot.
Well, a fast execute toward B actually works out. I don't think I see that one too often. Usually the stairs are Molotoved and pre-nated to hell and back, so the rush actually succeeding toward the B bomb site. Definitely nice to see, but come on. Duplicate getting a double entry? Just insane.
Well, when in doubt, rush B. That's, you know.
Exactly, but they
The
didn't
way
even
it
use the
goes.
P90, so it wasn't exactly the...
It wasn't an actual. You are right. I do stand corrected. AK's rush B. Come on.
Nah, who does that?
But
Tryhards?
I think the MP9 has the same fire rate as the P90, which is kind of ridiculous.
Oh yeah, no, it does have like a very high fire rate. It's the MP9. It's underpriced for sure. And look at that, the smoke actually took care of the Molotov. That was a good move. But yeah, it also has the highest jumping accuracy of any weapon. You have to mention that, of course.
Buff the P90 or make it cheaper. Give me P90 games. Or
I mean,
PP
they could
Bison.
just
I love PP.
give the P90 a $600 kill reward, and I think it would get more use.
Oh yeah, that's also a weird
Drawback,
factor
yeah.
about it. Same with the CZ, where you only get $100. It's like, eh.
Yeah, there's just...
Really? And then I see people buying it in the pistol round. I'm like, why? Stop! Only $100.
Whoa, Oxygen getting the opening kill toward B. Not as fast as the previous, though. After the initial, they'll just be pumping the brakes as a rotate does come in. AWP looking down those stairs, but the push is already on, as Bloods will have to be holding them off. And, well, he gets one kill. Watts chimes in as well, gets a nice double toward the back of the site. And Rainwaker, he tried to hold on to his land as long as he could, but unfortunately goes down in the end. And Ships, he's falling down onto the pedestrians below the skyscraper from the 50th floor. I hope no one's walking around.
Is it the 50th floor?
51st.
51st. Oh, really? I actually was very curious about that the other day. If anyone counted how many floors high.
No, they
it
did
is.
count, but it's the wrong number. It's not actually 51 if you count them. But if you look at all the signs and everything, it is canonically the 51st floor. There you go, 51.
Oh, yeah. Wait, so how much is it when they count it? And why is that not a detail that Valve has included? Oh, the trade's coming out in favor of SKADE, though. I mean, that's one of the things that, you know, I always look for realism for some reason. I don't know why. And
it's
if it
never-ending pipe dream realism, unfortunately.
If they say 51 floors, it has to be 51 floors up. Otherwise, it's gonna drive me mad.
Well, you didn't know until now, so I think you were fine.
Now I'm mad.
Ignorance was indeed bliss in the end. And in this one, ignorance for SKADE won't be a problem. They're just running in here toward the A-bomb site. Ooh, trying to get the bomb down, but OBJ with a ballsy peek doesn't get punished for it and actually gets a kill with the AWP up close. So what are they gonna do with the bomb now? 50 seconds left. As B should definitely be clear, and yeah, there you go. They sent the scout over toward the curly letter bomb site to make sure everything is fine and dandy over there. I think he's going to be confirming that it is right now, and OBJ reveals himself toward the ramp, and now he knows it's a little bit screwy as to how the rest of the round plays out, because, well, the bomb's going to make it to B way before he does, and Raidwaker's already waiting for this rotate kill.
Yeah, it's going to be very troublesome for OBJ to try and win this 1v2. It's definitely doable, but he's not even going to attempt it because he's just going to try and save that AWP exploit. They don't have any money to work with, so that op is going to be very necessary. Of course, SKADE don't have much money behind them either, but they will at least win the round, so that's a big plus on their part. But this game is so far a lot closer than I initially would have expected.
I mean, yeah, for sure. An even Steven score line, but I don't know, man. SKADE are pretty much getting... I think now they are at the point where they can be comfortable as the terrorists. 6 rounds in the bag, 6-9 being the worst case scenario with the potential to get even more. I think SKADE are going to be pretty happy with this one, and it's going to be up to eXploit to get as many counter-terrorist rounds as possible. As you said, they usually run down the clock on their T side all the way to the end, trying to actually execute the very last second, and usually that results in a loss, so I don't expect great things from their terrorist side. But for now, they have to play reactively, at least to SKADE, and that's something to work with, right? Alright then, Watts getting the opening frag, and Renatu Hex even on middle getting one of his own as their teammate loses their life here toward B, but that's going to leave them in a 2 versus 4 scenario. Ooh. Make that a 1 versus 4, because Platt just got those headshots lined up all day and every day. Just Denislaw going to be going for some kills here, but I think he's lost it. Yes, OBJ on the flank, the AWP going strong. eXploit winning a round I didn't expect them to.
Well, the rush B does not pay off, and yeah, they get themselves caught out pretty nicely with a double Deeger. And now SKADE. Money is atrocious. And they're going to try and force up as best as they can, but it might actually be eXploit taking 9 rounds now with the way things are looking. OBJ, of course, on that AWP. The rest of his team on rifles except for Platt is going to be playing with that, what we just mentioned, ridiculously OP MP9.
Only OP if it's up close. As the faraway shots do come in, that grenade almost finishes off Denislaw. Surprised he didn't get hit by it. He should thank his lucky stars for that one, as, well, there's no terrorist, it seems, toward yellow, leaving Duplicate a little bit of space to push on forward, but that space was not guaranteed. 2 kills going the way of the counter-terrorists as the terrorists answer back. Oxygen on the other side of the map. I believe it was on middle, finding a kill. And now toward B, the action's going to be going, as it's only Platt here to hold with the aforementioned MP9.
The B-bomb site does have close angles, and he's going to quickly go for a wide peek. However, needs to be careful that he doesn't get taken down, because if he does, the rotation of OBJ is a bit far. He does catch out Platt, but will get taken down. There's going to be Bloods going strong on site, getting 3 kills in the round, and puts eXploit in the lead. SKADE struggling right now against the pretty explosiveness of eXploit, all things considered, on their CT side. Not necessarily that they're bouncing down the ramp or the B-bomb site, but they are very quick to rotate towards the sites and get close and personal with their guns. Now SKADE, their money is atrocious, and they're going to be playing with the full Glock train.
Let's go, choo-choo. They've left the station, through the Molotovs. You can't stop a moving train like that, and the grenades in their hands a little bit too long, but not going to be a problem as OBJ finds the USP shots and Watts to clean up afterwards. A grenade M4 combo to take us into the 15th round with eXploit on 8. And the final round of the half will be commencing now. An AWP on OBJ, of course. Meanwhile, the terrorists, no AWPs to speak of. An SG, however, on Denislaw. And as we remember, you know, from the time when the SG was overpowered, you can still use it to this effect. You can still remove AWP players, especially if you right-eye peek them.
Yeah, but I'm happy that it's not as ridiculous anymore. Though the AUG gets a lot more picked up these days. Again, the trades do manage to favor, again, the this time around, the SKADE side. And their last bit of utility that they had pretty much thrown to try and get themselves close towards side. Rainwaker towards B gets taken down. They haven't hit the site just yet. Watts dropping very low there. However, planting the bomb is pretty dangerous considering they have mollies and HEs available. The molly is actually now finally going to spread onto Duplicate. Ramp being flanked as well. OBJ needs to be careful. And they are pretty much cornered here on the SKADE side.
Oh, but eXploit are starting to fight back. At least 1 kill was found and immediately answered as Duplicate holds the main area of attack, getting a nice double kill. 2 headshots going his way. And, of course, SKADE do find the 7th round. Important that they manage to even up the score at least a little bit here toward the end of the half. We'll be looking forward to seeing how the pistol round goes, but yeah, as we can see, Rainwaker dropping the ball a little bit for his team. Only 3 kills in 16 rounds, I mean 15 rounds. You hate to see it. But
Yeah,
OBJ's been
but
doing
it
good on the
happens.
AWP though.
Um, True, but the thing is, that's really on Vertigo, especially a CT-sided weapon. Like, there's one angle pretty much that you can peek with the op on the T side, and that is towards ramp from the bottom, behind that big fat box all the way up top. And most of it, it's just going to be problematic to really peek into any of the CT op positions because of the very, very tight knit corners that you have to deal with. B bomb side as well. You could peek it, but the moment you get any further, there's so many angles that you need to flick to that it's going to be incredibly hard for the T sided op. Renato Hawks finds the first, runs towards the B bomb side, which at the moment is empty, and SKADE have no defense set up right now. They need to rotate in if they want to retake it. A 3-on-5 retake. They don't have any utility on the terrorist side. That's the only plus. But the problem is they don't have any on the CT side except a singular flash from Oxygen.
And it can't really cover off all of the angles, right? There's players hiding behind the air conditioning units already. They're just looking at the wall, waiting for the push to start, as I believe it will be. SKADE not going to be saving the armor into the next round, just a straight-up push in, and it's going about as well as you'd expect. Bloods and Platt holding them back, as a double kill does come in from Benny Slaw, but too little too late, as he's attacked from 2 different angles there. Nothing he could have done, and eXploit Esports, with that initial frag onto B, and the successful push through middle, does escort the C4 to a successful plant. And the, well, round is indeed theirs in the end. The 17th round now commencing. As the SKADE boys will be going for the standard deagle buy with no scouts, as you already mentioned. There are only a couple of angles you can peek with the scout. And the deagle is a much more versatile weapon otherwise here.
Dennis Law keeping $1,300 as well, just for the AWP buy up later. And exploits still have to be very careful against these deagles because they definitely have the skill. The moment that ships gets taken down, the wide peak would come through, but the problem is ships already got dumpstered there, and it's a quick 1-2 pounds from exploit to take down the mid plays. That rotates even one away from the A bomb site, and just like that, it is a very quick problematic situation going forward for the SKADE side in this round. Exploit looking to get themselves onto double digits.
Playing it slowly as ever, but crawling on up toward ramp. No counter-terrorist here to stop them. The stack instead being toward the B-bomb site. As the bomb should go down, no problem, and probably the save to ensue from the counter-terrorist side, right? I mean, again, just like we saw in the previous, you still have 3 people left alive. Might as well save the armor and the deagles. No sense in going to your immediate deaths on the A-bomb site. As we will just be waiting for this bomb to explode and for the 18th round to commence.
Yeah, wouldn't expect any hunt or anything. Maybe the CTs can play for an exit frag, but besides that, it should be the round secured for exploit, putting themselves on to 10. And well, the most important factor is, of course, the fact that this is SKADE's map pick. So we might actually get a very, very, very interesting series on our hands because exploit looking pretty good. Of course, we did just swap sides and SKADE only lost the pistol, but they should be able to get themselves most likely onto an 11-7 scoreline, and then you're getting pretty close to the finish line.
For sure. And the LOOT.BET odds certainly have sort of relaxed a little bit. I think they were on 9 at some point for eXploit Esports. Definitely hope someone bought eXploit before they mooned.
Dogecoin style.
Oh man, Elon Musk just tweeted about it again. I wish I had bought it because I would have sold it immediately after his tweet. Would have been sick. Would have had some sick gains. Unfortunately for me. didn't transpire. But what did transpire is OBJ getting the opening kill there onto ships towards short A. Meanwhile on middle, the stack of USPs, well, and Deagle, of course, will be getting something done at least. The initial frag for the counter-terrorist side, but losing 2 players is not going to be really a good situation for them here. Still, just looking for kills, of course. Wanting to damage the exploit economy as much as possible before it gets too out of hand. All players on about $3,000 now, so for sure, potential for them to moon later on.
You just like saying moon.
Exactly. I
Moon,
like using
moon.
it as a verb.
Yeah, it's well, another round that Exploit managed to secure in their favor, and they also, because of the previous round as well, have a decent amount of money saved up. So if it goes wrong, they should at least have 2, maybe even 3 buys, possibly. And SKADE, this is looking a little bit troublesome, but they do have that AWP-2B bot out, and they do have all the guns that they would desire. Look, I do hope that SKADE's going to go for some kind of CT aggression, a bit of ramp control, or, you know, just not waiting until you die, which tends to happen with a lot of teams, where they just sitting on the site, the execute comes out, and then they realize, oh, if they actually fully execute, I have nowhere to stand, and then they die.
Yeah, no, that kind of misplay, definitely don't want to see that. Danny Slaw was flashed out for the peak, already on 34 HP though. Should probably be heading back as Bloods does take advantage of his open position and low HP, gets the frag, and Ships still in the open. Would be a good kill for Bloods to find there. Yes, indeed he does. A 4 versus 3 situation now, as 2 of the SKADE players did die toward the pointy letter bomb site, but Renato still looking for some kills here toward B, and there's one for him to find if he's lucky enough to find the timing. Oh, that girder was covering you off so well, but now you emerge from it, Renato, and, well, the frag is yours, but still oxygen on the site. A 1 versus 2 scenario for him, finds the first and starts hiding behind a girder of his own.
But it's going to be Renato getting them both. The bomb's going to get picked up, but it doesn't even matter because they find a duplicate. And that's a 12-7 scoreline. And Exploit on SKADE's map pick looking absolutely on fire. Completely different beast than what I saw from them yesterday. You feel a little bit more confident and a lot faster as well. Yesterday, they pretty much every single round was just waiting until those last dying seconds and then running out of time eventually. Now they feel, you know, they're a little bit more active, a little bit more aggressive, and I like good aggressive CSGO. It's the most entertaining when you just see 2 teams trying to duke it out.
Let's see, Ships trying to duke it out with the terrorists here on ramp. There is only 1 present, so if he goes for the wide swing, he might be rewarded, but instead he plays it passively, waiting for some of the terrorists to start making their way up the ramp area, as OBJ will be peeking on up through the telescope of his gun. Not going to find anything, of course, as the majority of the action will be toward the B-bomb site here. Oh, Renato starts to shoot the feet of Rainwaker, but he was too fast on that headshot. Returns it through the floor. That's going to be the opening kill for SKADE. Still the advantage in the hands of eXploit Esports, the far superior buy. The Deagle armor buy of SKADE should succumb to the Portuguese boys here, but now they're heading toward A, and still the player playing all the way up close. It's gonna be Ships finding a double. This is devastating for the terrorist side, losing yet another player. Okay, Ships, you found your 3K. Let's make it a 4 because the round is already secured
easy.
and these guns are in their hands now.
That was it looked like OBJ was trying to check that corner the entire time, and then all of a sudden stopped, considering that he might be there. And then Ships just goes completely nutty, destroying the entirety of eXploit Esports single-handedly. Now we have another buy on the SKADE side, of course, thanks to that AWP being saved and whatnot. But my God, eXploit, that one is really gonna hurt. I just gave them so many props for their performance on the T side so far, and then they forget to check/flash is a very, very common angle. Oh, Rainwaker does spot one out. Spam comes through, does only get a tag. The problem is the Molly makes sure he can't get back. That nade is actually going to blow him up from Renato Hawks. Watts catch out ships. That's 2 players dead on the SKADE side. And we are not even a minute into the round. They still have more than enough time to play with. They're actually going to go for a bit of an A stack on the side of SKADE.
Which is the proper play at this point, right? The terrorists so close to taking it, but that bomb, I think, is heading toward B, actually. It's moving in that direction. Meanwhile, a little bit of a distraction going to be still going on toward A, keeping all 3 of these counter-terrorists here, as Denislav will be going for the re-aggression, but the other 2 already smelling what's going on here, but you're going to have to do a lot more than take a good whiff. Well, you don't have to do much other than take a good whiff to
I was already thinking.
eXploit are going to be winning this one, right? 12-8. Going to be 13-8 pretty soon. The retake impossible as the counter-terrorists stay on A and save their guns.
Well, if they save the guns, Duplicate and Denislav can both drop one to their allies, but Watts might find a kill here. And then it becomes a little bit tougher, still doable, of course. And there's the trade. Duplicate, Denislav can drop. They just need to make sure that they don't die right now, because that is very crucial, so that they have something to work with in the next round. Denislav getting a bit aggressive. Of course, it's also a big plus if you keep the exploit funds low, because if they win the next round, exploit could be in trouble themselves. And Denislav, the close range op, does manage to find a couple of kills, but he's the only one that stays alive.
Well, at least good economic damage was done toward the terrorists. Their money not really out of control in any sense, but it's going to take a few more of those performances from SKADE to actually get the win. And, well, they don't need economic damage at this point, right? They need rounds. Being 5 rounds behind quite far, as we'll be seeing a ramp presence once again coming out of the terrorists. Just some utility exchanged, but that's going to be it for now, as the rest of the map is not seeing much in the way of pushes, really. B being held, I assume mid is also. Yeah, it is. Behind the generator, one of the players is watching onto that, but again, 3 terrorists moving their way up ramp. Not going to be seeing any opposition, not even a counter boost, no sandbags, no trickery, as they just make their way up slowly but surely.
Making their way downtown, actually on the top of the building downtown, to blow it to smithereens. SKADE, will they be able to hold on strong though? The op from ships is going to have to be a crucial factor on that second AWP. It's such a big investment. They lose Duplicate, but there's ships with the refrag. And a 4-on-4 situation ensues. 50 seconds left on the clock. All terrorists are edging towards that A bomb site, but they still need to get themselves on the site. There's plenty of utility from this SKADE lineup to still deal with their opponents. The molly spreads. Oxygen. Okay, that smoke gets rid of 2. Oh, that's nasty. OBJ spots the cap, spots the hat, and blows the player right underneath it. And it's going to be problematic with the missed shot from Denislav, because Rainwaker, MP9, the weakest gun that they bought in the round, and he's the only one left standing. eXploit Esports are on a roll and looking to take Vertigo away from SKADE.
Very unexpected situation, right? Especially since it was the pick of SKADE. I mean, definitely we saw the odds at the beginning. Why would eXploit Esports ever be taking this one? God only knows, but they're doing quite a good job here. OBJ performing even still. We predicted that he would be getting a bit of a fall off in the second half, but still at the top of the scoreboard with 20 frags. Right behind him, Renato Hacks with 16. They are both going to be better than the best player for SKADE as well. Denislav on 14, and a bit of a even split going across the counter-terrorist side. And just Rainwaker, who's having a bit of an off game here. Only 4 kills for him.
Yeah, it happens. It's early morning as well, so, you know, some players still need to wake up, didn't get their morning DMs in and whatnot. It's also kind of interesting to note that I think that SKADE are also, you know, practicing this map a bit, I guess.
Understandable. I mean, you might as well do it in the first round of the Swiss stage, right?
Yeah, it's because I was, you know, if you actually wanted to, you know, hard win this game, Overpass, they've 15 maps played, 100% win rate on it. Exploit, 5 maps played, 0% win rate on it. You know, that would be the obvious pick, but then again, this is a map that they need to practice a bit more. And as you said, Swiss stage, early stages. This is the best
Oh,
possible chance that you can get it done, though. Plat goes. Oh, actually, those bloods that got the kill onto Rainwake. I thought that was Plat with a nice headshot, but it is nonetheless going to be a retake scenario for SKADE. 2v2.
the Molotov already tickling them down, but Blood's spotting out the player on the flank will leave Duplicate here in a 1 versus 2 scenario. Duplicate of terrorists will be finding him indeed. 15th point for eXploit Esports, and they're 1 round away from taking it.
Everyone loves loot boxes, right?
Who doesn't?
Well, it depends on the game, honestly. I can't even open CSGO skins cases anymore because I'm Dutch. It's banned in the Netherlands.
Yeah, I forgot about that. The French at least have some kind of a workaround now due to that P250 X-ray thing. Oh boy. 2 quick entries towards the B bomb site for Not2 Hacks. Getting it done for his team here as eXploit Esports looking to finish this one off in very quick succession, actually. Didn't expect it to be a very anticlimactic last round, with Not2 Hacks getting a quad kill, and well, those 2 entries kind of were the only ones that really mattered. Getting it done, as the terrorists will be, winning this one. eXploit, congratulations, winning the opponent's map pick. SKADE, not even a chance in the second half, especially. The first one, they made it competitive, as we can see a lot of bombs going off. But unfortunately, that's going to be it